Hi. So I'm late this week, and I'm sorry, but it kind of worked out because I think I hit on a good topic that's good for this particular time of year. So I think it worked out okay. But before I do, let's talk about the fact that we are way into summer, and I want to make sure that you're still doing self care. You can't enjoy all those fun summer activities unless you're also taking care of yourself. And I know you're like, there's one more thing, but no, like something else needs to give so that you can take care of you. So, if you haven't been, you need to get back in the practice. And if you're in a good space right now, this would be a good time to start thinking about what you want the school year to look like, how maybe the kids can take a larger role in their schooling, and how you are going to find time to have self care as well as fitting back in those school activities and homework and those sorts of things. Because if you can think about it ahead of time, it'll help it go a little better. Um, it also means that you're making sure you're a priority. But if you're not in a good place right now, then don't worry about it. Don't do a thing with it. Just get through today, and that's all you need to think about. So, okay, my topic today. So, it started out with me thinking, I don't understand. And then I thought, well, that's not true. That's not even close to true. I actually do understand. And then I thought, so what's wrong with me? And there's a lot of things that are wrong with me, but we're not going to get there today. That's not what we're focusing on. But then I came to the conclusion that I think I'm just lucky enough or fortunate enough to have a different perspective and just enough of one that it is good for my mental health. And so I wanted to kind of throw it out there. So we're hitting the time of year where everybody's going back to school and or at least preparing for, and we've got kids going to college, some of them their very first time. We've got some that have more than one child gone for the first time, might be empty nesters this year, and then we just have some that moved out of elementary and into middle school and middle school to high school, and change, right? Lots and lots of change. So anyhow, here's our change. Our oldest is getting her first apartment. And, I'm seeing all these comments about their kids moving out. I guess I'm not seeing, I'm reading different things about kids moving out and how to handle it. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we get so upset about. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I actually like my children and I actually like to spend time with them. So don't get me wrong, them not being around, I miss them. In fact, I've been known to cry, and my husband's like, what's wrong? Why are you crying? And I'm like, I just miss the girls, right? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm allowed to miss them. But we need to be excited for them for their next steps. They've got enough burden going on trying to handle the next step themselves that we can ease that a little bit. And that's really what we want to do as parents, right? We want to ease their burden and try and make things good for them. So your perspective on these steps are really important. Now, don't get me wrong. Our youngest is going to be a senior this year. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, wow, how did we get to this point? Like, that kind of went fast. And it's the last time she'll do some different things, but I'm not sure I feel so sad about those last times as kind of exciting, because as she finishes those, then she's going to have new opportunities that will come her way. So let me get back to my oldest. Our oldest one is moving into an apartment. I did not enjoy apartment hunting. I don't like to do that kind of stuff. But I was the one who had time, so I was the one who did it because my husband took care of other things for it. And we went, and we finally found some place. Let me just skipped that. We finally found some place, right? So now we're to the point where she's been accepted and ready. She's going to go meet next week and do paperwork and stuff. And I am so excited for her. I'm really not sad about her going. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because I say I'm not sad doesn't mean I'm not going to miss her. I love when we have our late night conversations when my husband's in bed and it's just the two of us, or the three of us sometimes. But I love that one-on-one time. And I'm going to miss that. Like, don't get me wrong. And are there going to be things I can't fix for her, I can't do for her? Yeah, and parents don't like to feel helpless, right? But I am so excited. Like, this is such a rite of passage. I mean, this is a huge rite of passage. And I just want it to be great for her. So we've been finding different things that she's going to need, furniture, that sort of thing. And we've been doing some of the DIY on some garage sale finds or marketplace finds because, she can't afford to completely supply everything with brand new, and nor can we afford to do that for her. So we've been finding some different stuff, and we actually spent Monday driving around to different places to pick up different pieces of furniture that I found on Facebook Marketplace, lamps for $4 and a coffee table for $10 and that sort of thing. And so we're doing the whole DIY to it. We're spray painting it and fixing it up. But here's the thing, I am just really excited for her, and I'm really focused more on what opportunities she has now, what amazing things she can accomplish in her life. Yes, I'm going to miss her. Yes, do I find it hard to believe that our 18-year-old is going to be 19 soon? Yes. Do I think there's going to be things that come up that she's going to need help with? Well, yeah, but that's what technology's for. Video chat is the world's best thing because you can actually be right there as your child's going through it. But I think what is going to be the most helpful for both my mental health and her mental health is the fact that I'm excited. This is a new first step that she's not going to ever have again. Yeah, she'll have another apartment or a new house or something, but not her very first one. Not the very first one where we're together trying to furnish it and trying to make it work for her. And I think that perspective is really helpful to my mental health. And I've always been one who's been able to imagine what I think the girls might be like when they got older. I have loved every stage, even the teenage years. And yes, I live with 2 teenage girls, and yes, they frustrate the heck out of me sometimes, beyond belief. But that's normal. Like that's part of us learning and them learning. This is a new phase for both of us. But I have always been able to kind of imagine them older and think, wow, I wonder if they'll be like this. I wonder if they'll be like that. And it's not because I want to rush them through anything. I loved baby years and toddler years and even the threes. The threes are worse than the twos. But even the threes, right? We worked through them. They're okay. First boyfriends and new schools. And I didn't want to rush them through any of that. But it just happens, right? There's nothing I can do. I can't stop it. Just like I can't prevent myself from getting closer and closer to 50. I can't stop them from getting older too. So I think my point is, it's not that I don't understand, because I do. I completely understand how that realization of how quickly time flies and realizing that they're not going to be here all the time. I'm aware of that. But I just know how exciting these next steps are. And I kind of can't wait to see how they go, how they come out. Like, it's not like I'm not still around. I'm still mothering. I told my daughter, I said, I won't be stop mothering until either she's gone or I'm gone. And of course, the hope would be, I'm gone. But eventually, that's the only time you're going to stop mothering. So I guess I should say parenting. I just happen to be a mother. It just, it's good. It's good. It's natural. It's okay to be sad. And it's okay to let them know that they're going to be missed, because I think that's important too. But I think it's also important that we don't put a burden on them with how is mom or dad, or how are they going to get by without me there, because, it's just not the same without me there. And it's not. But different isn't always bad. It's just different. And last year was the first year we went through some empty nest. And it wasn't bad. I was very excited for both of the girls' opportunities, but I guess that's when I had time to realize how much I hadn't taken care of myself, and why I would like to help others prevent being in that same situation if possible. But my husband and my relationship changed for the better, right? A lot has revolved around the girls for years, and a lot's revolving more around us, and the girls are incorporated. So I think it's a healthy change. But I guess where this whole thing is going is, it's okay to be sad. I understand that time goes fast, but remember what it looked like from that perspective when you were moving out of home. Remember when you were going into your senior year, like, you were excited. Remember when you had your first apartment, or your first started college, or your first job, real full-time regular job, whatever it is. It's scary, but it's exciting. And we need to not forget the exciting part, and not let our life experiences of how things can go wrong interfere with some naivety. I don't know. Being naive. I'm not sure which word that is. But because that's when we accomplish a lot, when we really don't have limits set for ourselves. And we forget that as we get older. So anyhow, this is kind of a long one today, but I just think we're hitting at that time of the year. And celebrate your kids' next phases. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to reminisce. It's okay to be worried for them, and for you even. But I think you'll do better, and they'll do better with their mental health if you remember what it was like to be them. So try to keep that perspective as well, and enjoy this time, because you won't have this time back again either. And someday you'll be thinking, wow, I was so busy worrying about that time that I didn't enjoy that time, if that makes sense. So anyhow, some thoughts to keep in mind. That's all I have for today. Bye.